If you've passed 65, there's one thing you know all too well: some things. They change. Details you never noticed before now hit you square on. The tiredness you feel after a walk, that little heartburn after a treat, or waking up more often at night. None of that is normal. Those are your body's quiet messages to you. But most of the time, we just ignore those signals. Habits are powerful, and we've been taught all our lives that certain things are good, like fruit, natural, healthy, full of vitamins. Since elementary school, we've heard it over and over. You should eat fruit every day. But what if that advice isn't true once you get older? As we age, some fruits might not be as harmless as we think. And this change happens so quietly that you'll still believe you're eating healthy, while your connection with your body slowly unravels. Don't get me wrong, fruits are nature's miracles. But not every miracle works the same for everyone. Especially if you're over 65, some fruits can actually be more of a burden than a benefit. Why? Because your body doesn't run at the same speed anymore. Your digestion is more fragile. Your kidneys, your liver, even your heart, they're all pickier now. And some fruits can do damage to this new system. Yet those fruits are still sitting in our kitchens, in our fridges, even on our breakfast plates. Have you ever thought that the fruit you love to eat every morning might be the thing making you sick? Nobody wants to talk about it, because fruit could be harmful, goes against years of habit. But the truth is, as you get older, some fruits can weaken you instead of protecting you. So it's not just about what you eat, it's about what you eat at your age. A fruit that's healing when you're young can become harmful in your later years. And the worst part? It can take years before you even notice. That's why a small moment of awareness now can make a big difference. Ask yourself, the fruits I've eaten for years because they're healthy, are they really doing me good? Or am I just on autopilot? Because there are fruits out there that can conflict with your medications, can slow down your heart, can stress out your digestive system, and one might have been quietly weakening your bones for years. What's surprising is that none of these fruits are exotic or rare. On the contrary, almost every home has them. Maybe there's someone next to you right now who's snacking on one. But don't worry. With the right choices, there are also fantastic fruits that will support your body, fruits that lighten you up, protect your brain, and boost your energy. The key is seeing the truth first and honestly looking at your habits. Because health isn't just about eating good things anymore. It's about knowing how to eat the right things, at the right age, in the right amount. And that's exactly why, at this stage of life, choosing your fruit isn't a pleasure, it's a strategy, a decision, and maybe, just maybe, a chance to make a real difference. Cherry or sour cherry is a symbol of summer. Small, red, shiny, and refreshing. Some eat it with the skin, some make jam, others put it on ice cream. When you're young, it's seen as almost harmless. But things change after 65. At first glance, you might think, what's the harm? After all, it's full of antioxidants, vitamin C, and polyphenol. Some studies even talk about cherry's anti-inflammatory effects. But there's an important detail: the amount, and the sugar and acid content of this fruit. High amount of natural sugar. A handful of sweet cherries has about 18 to 20 grams of sugar. That can be a big part of an older adult's daily sugar limit. The American Heart Association recommends people over 65 keep added sugar under 25 grams a day. So just one bowl of cherries nearly fills that limit. While young people can handle that sugar better, as we age, the pancreas struggles to produce insulin, and cells become less sensitive to it. The result? Sudden spikes and drops in blood sugar. These ups and downs cause fatigue, dizziness, trouble concentrating, and, over time, a higher risk of diabetes. Especially for older adults with type 2 diabetes, high sugar fruits like cherries can cause hidden harm. Hidden acidic load. Don't be fooled by the sweet taste. Cherry, especially sour cherry, is acidic. Acidic foods can cause problems for older adults like increased stomach acid, reflux, gastritis, mouth sensitivity, and weakened tooth enamel, more joint pain. People with rheumatic conditions, meaning chronic inflammation in the body, might see worse symptoms from acidic fruits. Many patients blame it on weather changes, aging, or less movement, while diet-related microinflammation gets overlooked. Processed cherry, danger multiplied. The biggest risk isn't fresh cherries, but processed ones. Cherry juice, frozen desserts, cherry syrup, jam, or marmalade, dried cherries, high in fructose. These products have higher sugar concentration, but less fiber and water. That makes blood sugar rise faster. Plus, many have added sugar syrup, preservatives, or food coloring. Cherry and medication interaction? Cherry doesn't directly interact with meds, but because it affects blood sugar, it can indirectly clash with diabetes drugs. Also, its natural acids can weaken some stomach medicines. In short, cherry can be good when young, but if eaten without portion control after 65, it can disrupt blood sugar balance, trigger stomach issues, increase inflammation-related pain, cause low energy and irritability. Should it be banned completely? No, but for those over 65, eat no more than half a handful of fresh cherries per day, preferably with a main meal, not alone. Avoid processed versions. Remember, no matter how natural a fruit is, in an older body, too much is harmful. Bananas. Simple, easy to get, filling, and known as healthy since childhood. Eaten at breakfast, snacks, sometimes with yogurt. A staple in athletes' diets. But as you get older, the innocent image of bananas needs to be questioned, because bananas can pose potential risks for older adults, especially for those with reduced kidney function or who take certain medications regularly. They can cause serious health problems without you even realizing it. Potassium, helpful or harmful? Bananas are known for their high potassium content. A medium banana has about 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium. For young, healthy people, this is very beneficial. Potassium balances heart rhythm, supports muscle function, and regulates blood pressure. But for most people over 65, kidney function weakens over time. The kidneys filter out excess potassium from the blood and remove it from the body. When this filtering slows down, potassium starts to build up in the blood. This condition is called hyperkalemia. Hyperkalemia can cause heart rhythm problems, muscle weakness, breathing difficulties, and in severe cases, even cardiac arrest. Many older adults attribute these symptoms to fatigue, aging, or low blood pressure. But behind the scenes, too much potassium is quietly damaging the system. Who's at risk? Banana consumption should be carefully considered, especially for people diagnosed with kidney disease, those taking blood pressure meds, especially ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, people with heart failure, those with type 2 diabetes under kidney monitoring. For these groups, keeping potassium levels in a normal range is vital. Eating high potassium foods like bananas without control can easily upset this balance. But I eat one every day and nothing's happened. This is a very common statement. But that's where the problem starts. Potassium buildup is usually gradual, not sudden. It develops over weeks or months, not overnight. It works quietly, not all at once. Especially a daily habit of eating a banana in the morning can quietly disrupt potassium balance. It may begin with mild tiredness, then occasional muscle cramps, eventually leading to blood pressure problems and palpitations. These symptoms are often blamed on age. But sometimes, the solution is as simple as cutting out one banana from your diet. Looking for alternatives, you don't have to completely give up bananas. But don't eat more than half a banana a day. Have your kidney function regularly checked. If your potassium levels are already high, don't eat bananas without consulting your doctor. Consider satisfying your sweet tooth with low-potassium fruits like apples, grapes, or strawberries. Nutrition is about balance. And at this age, something said to be healthy can actually become harmful for you. In short, bananas are an energy source when young. But in old age, especially if kidney and heart health are at risk, this fruit can quietly turn into a harmful habit. Before calling a fruit healthy, you need to know your own body. And remember, after 65, real health knowledge isn't just about what's good to eat. It also starts with asking, what should I cut back on to stay safe? Some fruits look healthy at first glance. Their bright color makes you hungry. Their fresh smell gives energy. Grapefruit is one of those. It's a breakfast favorite. For years, it's been marketed as a vitamin C powerhouse. Some eat it to balance cholesterol, others to lose weight. But there's a side to this fruit that's rarely talked about, often completely ignored. Grapefruit can be a biological saboteur for older adults taking medications. Why does grapefruit's composition cause problems? Grapefruit contains substances like naringin and bergamotin. These block a very important enzyme in the body called CYP3A4. This enzyme, found in the liver, is key for breaking down medications so they can be eliminated. When CYP3A4 is blocked, medications can build up in the blood. This means a heart medication you take might have a much stronger effect than normal. If you're on blood thinners, your bleeding risk goes up. Antidepressants may cause drowsiness and dizziness. Cholesterol meds can cause muscle pain and kidney problems. And all this could happen just because you drank a glass of grapefruit juice. Which medications does it interact with? Grapefruit directly interacts with statins, cholesterol-lowering drugs like atorvastatin, simvastatin, calcium channel blockers, blood pressure meds, anti-anxiety drugs, and some antidepressants, immunosuppressants, used after organ transplants, blood thinners, some antiarrhythmics, heart rhythm regulators, and unfortunately, the list goes on. Many people don't know about this interaction. They eat grapefruit in the morning, take their meds, and start their day, but the drug's effect builds up way beyond what's expected in their body. For some, this shows up as mild headaches or nausea. But in others, it can cause serious problems like dangerous heart rhythm disorders, muscle damage, or internal bleeding, needing emergency care. But it's natural, mistake grapefruit is completely natural. Just like poisonous mushrooms are natural too. The problem isn't the fruit's naturalness, it's its biological effect. A fruit chosen to get vitamin C might make your vital meds useless or, on the flip side, overly strong. And this isn't a one-time effect. Grapefruit's impact can last over 24 hours. So the glass of juice you drink today might affect the medicine you take tomorrow. What should you do? The safest choice is to avoid grapefruit altogether, especially if you take medications regularly. You're being treated for heart, blood pressure, cholesterol, kidney, or psychiatric issues. You're over 65 and your metabolism has slowed down alternatively. Oranges or mandarins are much safer citrus options than grapefruit. Get your vitamin C through balanced diet or supplements recommended by your doctor, not just fruit. In conclusion, grapefruit isn't a harmful fruit by itself. But in some cases, for some people, it can cause very harmful effects, especially in old age, when health is already a delicate balance. Avoiding these interactions can save your life. Choosing the right fruit isn't just a tasty decision, it's a conscious defense. And sometimes, the best protection is simply not reaching for that plate. Some fruits are seen as symbols of health at first glance. Their bright color whets your appetite, their fresh smell energizes you. Grapes, apricots, figs, and dates are among these fruits. When dried, they shrink, but their effects grow. Especially for those over 65, the health risks these small bites can cause are much greater than expected. Dried fruits usually fall into the healthy snack category. They're high in fiber, natural, and don't contain refined sugar. So why are these seemingly innocent fruits foods that should be carefully limited in old age? The answer: sugar concentration, disrupted fiber and water balance, and hidden additives. Concentrated sugar load: when fruit is dried, its water evaporates, but the sugar remains and even concentrates. A handful of raisins has nearly the same sugar as a bunch of fresh grapes. One dried fig contains about 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrates. That's equivalent to the sugar in a slice of bread. And often, dried fruit isn't limited to just a few pieces. In people aged 65 and older, blood sugar control is already more difficult due to age. The pancreas slows insulin production, and cells respond less to insulin. That means the sudden sugar load from dried fruit can cause blood sugar spikes, rapid energy crashes, weakness, sweating, and dizziness. Over time, this can lead to worsening type 2 diabetes or uncontrolled prediabetes levels. Fiber is there, but no water-dried fruits are rich in fiber, yes. But fiber's digestive benefits depend on working together with water. Without water, fiber swells and expands in the gut and can strain the digestive system. With age, digestion slows. Stomach acid decreases and bowel movements weaken. Constipation, bloating, and gas increase. In this situation, dried fruits can make constipation worse, draw water from the intestines causing harder stools, trigger cramps and diarrhea in people with sensitive bowel syndrome. Also, some dried fruits, especially figs and apricots, can cause fermentation in the intestines if eaten too much, leading to gas and uncomfortable bloating. Added sugars and preservatives: many dried fruits on store shelves are less natural than you think. They may be coated with sugary syrup, contain chemical preservatives like sulfites to extend shelf life, or be glazed with glucose syrup to look shiny. These additives can trigger serious symptoms in people sensitive to asthma, migraines, or allergies. They can also disrupt gut flora in older adults with weakened immune systems. Uncontrolled consumption when eating fresh fruit. People usually limit themselves to an apple or a banana. But because dried fruit pieces are small, people often eat 8 to 10 at once without noticing. That equals several slices of bread worth of carbs. And many repeat this innocent snack several times a day. This adds up to high sugar, low fiber fluid balance, and heavy digestive load by the end of the day. In conclusion, dried fruits carry these risks for older adults: sudden blood sugar swings, difficulty managing diabetes and insulin resistance, imbalanced bowel movements, gas, bloating, constipation, allergic reactions, or stomach sensitivity from chemical additives. If eaten, they should be limited to 2 to 3 pieces per day, taken with water if possible, chosen without added sugars or preservatives, avoided in jams, bars, granola mixes. A small but effective change can bring big health benefits. Seeing dried fruit not as a healthy snack, but as a controlled food makes a difference at this age. And that difference means a day without stomach problems, stable blood sugar, and a more restful night's sleep. Some fruits are small, simple, and unassuming. Their colors aren't bright, their skins aren't decorative, and their aromas aren't strong. But their function is like a quiet revolution. Blueberries are one of those fruits. As the years go by, one of the things we lose without realizing is mental sharpness. Remembering names gets harder, attention spans shorten, words come to the tip of your tongue but don't come out. These changes are normal but not completely hopeless. That's exactly where blueberries come in. Anthocyanin power protecting brain functions. Blueberries are among nature's richest sources of anthocyanins. These pigments give the fruit its blue-purple color, but they do more than just add color. They protect brain cells from oxidative stress, cross the blood-brain barrier, and strengthen communication between neurons. Studies from Harvard, Tufts, and other major research centers have shown that consuming blueberries slows cognitive decline, improves memory capacity, extends attention span, and lowers Alzheimer's risk. Older adults who regularly eat blueberries show noticeable improvements in daily recall and overall mental clarity. Low glycemic index supports blood sugar. Blueberries have low sugar and high fiber content. This means they don't cause sudden blood sugar spikes. This is a big advantage, especially for older adults living with diabetes or insulin resistance. The polyphenol in blueberries help improve muscle cells' response to insulin, supporting blood sugar balance. So they satisfy sweet cravings while boosting metabolism. Benefits for heart health. Anthocyanins aren't just good for the brain, they're good for blood vessels and the heart too. Research shows that eating blueberries lowers LDL, bad cholesterol, helps balance blood pressure, increases blood vessel elasticity. Since cardiovascular diseases are a leading cause of death for people over 65, this small fruit can have a huge impact. Practical, safe, and light on the system. Blueberries are easy to digest. They don't upset the stomach and have a low acid load. Their fiber content supports the intestines. Also, in their unprocessed form, they have no additives, and their long shelf life makes them easy to store. When eaten about half a glass a day, blueberries can be added to breakfast, mixed into yogurt, eaten as a simple snack. Frozen blueberries provide the same benefits because anthocyanins aren't damaged by heat or freezing. In conclusion, blueberries not only help protect brain functions that slow with age, but they also support heart health, regulate blood sugar, and aid digestion. A tiny fruit, but it carries a strong defense against many problems that come with aging. As we get older, what matters isn't eating everything, it's consciously choosing the right things. And blueberries are at the top of those right choices. Apple, a simple, easy to find, unassuming fruit. Maybe that's why we've underestimated its impact for years. But as we get older, we start to realize that the simple things are often the most reliable supporters. Apple is exactly that kind of food. A snack when young, but a friend to your heart and digestive system in old age. Pectin, a natural protector for heart health. Apple contains a soluble fiber called pectin, which absorbs water in the digestive system and forms a gel-like structure. This binds to cholesterol molecules in the gut and prevents their absorption. As a result, LDL, bad cholesterol levels in the blood decrease. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, Eating just one medium apple a day can significantly lower LDL cholesterol levels within a few weeks. This helps reduce serious risks in old age like heart attacks and strokes. Low-calorie, low-glycemic index apple is an ideal fruit for people over 65 because it's low in sugar, high in fiber, low in calories. A medium apple has about 80 to 90 calories. It also has a low glycemic index, meaning it doesn't cause rapid blood sugar spikes after eating. It's one of the few fruits safely consumed by people with type 2 diabetes. Supports digestion and reduces constipation. As we age, digestion slows down. Constipation, bloating, and irregular bowel movements become common. Apples contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which regulate digestion in two ways. Soluble fiber, pectin, creates a soft texture in the gut. Insoluble fiber increases stool volume and speeds up bowel movements, and this effect isn't sudden or harsh like a laxative. It's a natural and steady support. Rich in antioxidants and supports immunity. Quercetin and flavonoids found in apple skin neutralize free radicals and protect cells. These antioxidants boost the immune system in older adults and increase resistance to infections. Some studies also suggest that apple consumption may protect against Alzheimer's disease by reducing oxidative stress in the brain and helping nerve cells work healthily. Practical and portable. Another advantage of apples is their convenience. Can be eaten without peeling, can be easily sliced without a knife, easy to carry outside, can be washed and eaten right away, so they require little effort and are safe for digestion. This is a big help for older adults with reduced energy and sensitive digestion. In conclusion, apple supports heart health, regulates blood sugar, aids digestion, strengthens the immune system with antioxidants, and is a fruit that can be safely eaten every day. An apple a day isn't just a habit. It's a lasting investment in your heart, brain, and gut. Though simple in appearance, its effects defy age. And sometimes, the strongest protector is the most unassuming one. For years, we were taught to avoid fats at all costs. But once you pass 65, it's no longer just about what you shouldn't eat, it's about what you need to get enough of. And one food that stands out here, often not even thought of as a fruit, but actually a real health investment in old age, is avocado. Avocado is high in calories, low in sugar, and rich in fats. But these fats don't clog arteries, they actually protect the heart. Heart-friendly monounsaturated fats. Avocado is especially rich in a monounsaturated fat called oleic acid. This fat lowers LDL, bad, cholesterol, while raising HDL, good cholesterol. That means eating avocado reduces the risk of cardiovascular diseases. For people over 65, every small step for heart health adds up to big long-term protection. Plus, thanks to these fats, avocado keeps you feeling full longer, prevents blood sugar spikes, helps maintain steady energy levels, so it's not just healthy. It also improves daily quality of life. Vitamin K for bone health. Avocado is also a good source of vitamin K. Vitamin K directly affects bone density. As we age, especially women face increased risk of osteoporosis. Calcium alone isn't enough. You need vitamin K to help calcium reach the right places in your body. Adequate vitamin K intake increases mineral retention in bones, reduces fracture risk, works synergistically with vitamin D and calcium. A daily slice of avocado can cover much of these needs. Lutein support for brain and eye health. Avocado contains carotenoid antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These help prevent vision problems like macular degeneration, which increase with age. Lutein also reduces oxidative stress in the brain, protecting against age-related cognitive decline. So it helps you see better and think clearer. Potassium and folate, supporting circulation and muscles. Avocado contains more potassium than bananas, but it's absorbed more slowly and helps balance blood pressure thanks to its fiber content. Its folate content protects blood vessels and lowers the risk of heart attack and stroke. Together, these components prevent muscle cramps, support circulation, help control blood pressure. Digestive-friendly, low-sugar energy source. Avocado is low in carbs and has almost no sugar. It's high in fiber. This means it's gentle on the stomach and naturally supports digestion and relieves constipation. So in one way, it's a satisfying source of healthy fat, and in another, a quiet fiber reserve. In conclusion, Avocado is a versatile fruit that protects heart health, strengthens bones, supports brain and eyes, regulates digestion, maintains steady energy levels. A few slices a day can be eaten on whole grain bread or added to dishes like olive oil-based salads. No complicated recipes needed. A simple plate delivers powerful benefits. As you age, instead of fearing fats, learn to choose the right ones. An avocado gives you the best answer here. After you turn 65, your body responds more carefully to every bite you take. Heartburn, bloating, constipation, gas, things you never felt when you were younger can become part of daily life. These symptoms aren't just discomforts, they're your body saying, "I'm slowing down, help me out." One of nature's special gifts for this help is papaya. 1. Papain enzyme. The quiet hero of digestion, papaya naturally contains the enzyme papain, which especially supports protein digestion. As you age, stomach acid production decreases, making it harder to break down foods, especially proteins. The result? Heavy stomach, gas, undigested food leftovers causing discomfort in the intestines. Papain aids this process, easing digestion, soothing the stomach, and reducing that heavy feeling after meals. Eating papaya after meat is a smart choice to support your stomach. 2. Gut-friendly fiber and gentle transit. Papaya supports digestion not only in the upper digestive tract, but also in the intestines. Its soluble fiber increases stool volume, naturally eases constipation, softens stool to make bowel movements easier, and this effect happens gently and steadily, unlike harsh synthetic laxatives. Chronic constipation and irregular bowel movements are common in people over 65. Papaya helps break this cycle smoothly. 3. Anti-inflammatory effects. Papaya doesn't just help digestion, it also fights chronic inflammation in the body. Its vitamin C, vitamin A, and carotenoid antioxidants strengthen the immune system and reduce cellular damage. This is especially important for rheumatic pains, musculoskeletal inflammations, age-related cell breakdown. Regular papaya consumption can reduce morning joint stiffness, fatigue, and general inflammation. 4. Vitamin boost for skin, eyes, and tissue repair. Papaya contains vitamins that support tissue renewal, which declines with age. Vitamin C boosts collagen production for skin support and strengthens immunity. Vitamin A protects eye health and reduces risk of macular degeneration. Vitamin E protects cell membranes and slows age-related damage. This combination makes papaya not just a stomach-friendly fruit, but an overall anti-aging food. 5. Soft, light, and ready-to-eat. Papaya is low in calories, non-acidic, gentle on the stomach, easy to chew, suitable for sensitive teeth and gums, soft enough to be pureed like soup, so it's not only beneficial, but also practical and easy to eat. In conclusion, papaya supports digestion, reduces inflammation, prevents constipation, boosts the immune system, is rich in vitamins, and it does all this gently, quietly, and steadily. After 65, what you need isn't harsh interventions, but smart and gentle support. And papaya does exactly that. It helps your body without being a burden. After 65, every choice you make has an impact. You've learned about the seemingly harmless risks from grapefruit to dried fruits. Then, how to protect your mind with blueberries, your heart with apples, your bones with avocado, and your digestion with papaya. Healthy aging doesn't start with expensive supplements, it starts with the right foods and conscious choices. Remember, every bite either heals you or slowly wears you down. And sometimes, the difference is as small as a single fruit. Do yourself a favor. From today on, put not just what's natural, but what's right on your plate. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because the years ahead still have a lot to offer you, as long as you treat your body with a little more care.